Welcome to the Tech Show. If you are new to the channel, consider subscribing for more powerful AI tools and income ideas.
All right, let's just dive right into this explainer. Today, we're unpacking the stark, honestly kind of mind-blowing evolution of a company that is literally reshaping our world right now, OpenAI. We're looking at a story that kicks off with pure, unadulterated idealism, but, well, it quickly morphs into something way more complex. And this whole narrative moves fast, like incredibly fast, just like the tech itself. We are front row to a fundamental shift in how human intelligence interacts with machines. This isn't just some dry corporate history, right? It's basically a blueprint for the future of humanity. Because when a technology is built to mimic, and, let's be real, eventually surpass human cognitive abilities, the stakes, they are universally high. So, let's start with a rather chilling thought. What if humanity's smartest AI actually turns out to be its biggest threat? It's a massive paradox, isn't it? We're witnessing the single most rapid technological advancement in human history. It's absolutely thrilling, for sure. But as this pace just keeps accelerating, we really have to hit pause and ask ourselves, what happens when the creation outpaces the creator's ability to actually control it? I mean, throughout history, we've invented tools to master our environment, right? The wheel, the steam engine, the internet. But those were passive. They needed us. Now, we're engineering active intelligence, systems that learn, adapt, and make complex decisions in a fraction of a second. The excitement is totally palpable, and it should be. It promises massive breakthroughs in medicine and efficiency, but wrapped up inside all that promise is a pretty unsettling reality. If we build an entity that can vastly outthink us, how do we guarantee its goals perfectly align with ours?
To really wrap our heads around the sheer scale of this, trying to picture the physical infrastructure that makes it all happen, bright neon servers. Just imagine the constant, energetic pulsing of data centers, row after row of machines humming with processing power that's almost hard to fathom. This isn't just some abstract code magically floating in a cloud somewhere. It is a massive kinetic engine working relentlessly, 24/7. Picture these gigantic warehouses stuffed with specialized hardware, pulling in enough electricity to power entire small cities, all dedicated to one singular task, training digital minds. The sheer volume of data surging through these silicon veins is literally staggering. They need specialized cooling systems just to keep the processors from physically melting down under the extreme strain. We are essentially terraforming chunks of our physical world just to support this digital brain. It's a colossal, incredibly energized effort.
And all those surging servers, they're feeding a demand like we've never seen before. Millions of users, literally millions of people, are using AI every single second. Think about that. Global scale for a sec. Split-second interactions are popping off all over the world right now. People writing, coding, crunching complex data, making music, even diagnosing illnesses. It's this relentless, accelerating cycle of human input and machine output, and it's happening at lightning speed. Every single time you ask a question, ask for a summary, or generate an image, you're locked into this dynamic feedback loop. We are essentially training the machine in real time, feeding it our language, our logic, and our creativity. The way this tech has woven itself into our daily lives is faster than the smartphone, faster than the internet itself. We've collectively plugged our entire global civilization right into this system.
Which brings us to a pretty stark realization. Behind the glowing servers and those millions of active users is an uncontrollable race. It's a sprint where the finish line just keeps moving, and everyone's running so fast that the guardrails are starting to look like a blur. This, right here, is the dark side of this evolution. When tech moves this incredibly fast, regulation literally cannot keep up. Oversight committees are years behind what's already sitting in private labs. So it creates this intense pressure cooker where the vibe is very much launch first, ask questions later. The sheer competitive pressure to become the dominant global platform means crucial safety checks might end up being rushed, or massive ethical questions just get bypassed entirely in the name of progress. It's a wildly accelerating arms race, and society is struggling just to catch its breath.
Section 1. The ultimate AI paradox. Is it the smartest tool or the biggest threat?
Moving on to Section 2, the original promise. It started with a dream. The whole thing was originally built on 3 very clear pillars. 1, safe AI. 2, helpful AI. And 3, transparent AI.
Notice how optimistic and deliberate those goals feel? This project was actually conceived as a purely non-profit shield against the potential dangers of artificial intelligence. It was this totally utopian vision where tech developers acted as guardians of our future, putting global benefit way ahead of market dominance. The idea was radical, sure, but absolutely necessary. Build the most powerful technology ever, but totally strip away the financial incentive to hoard it or misuse it. Safe AI meant rigorous testing, making sure the system wouldn't act unpredictably. Helpful AI meant building tools to amplify human capability. And transparent AI, that meant open sourcing the research, sharing it with the world so no single corporation held the keys to the future. It was a beautiful, idealistic blueprint meant to prevent the exact arms race we're in right now.
Section 3. The billion-dollar pivot. When everything changed.
Billions of dollars. I really want you to let that massive scale of capital sink in for a second. When billions of dollars flooded into this race, we weren't talking about a cute little research grant anymore. This is the kind of money that fundamentally rewrites an organization's DNA. The idealistic nonprofit was suddenly shoved into this ridiculously high-stakes commercial arena where investors, rightfully expect massive returns. Because developing state-of-the-art AI, it is shockingly expensive. The computing power alone eats up financial reserves at a terrifying rate. To keep pushing the boundaries, the original nonprofit structure just couldn't handle the astronomical costs. They needed deep pockets. But deep pockets always come with deep conditions, right? Capital of this magnitude demands a highly profitable product. It demands a moat to lock out competitors, and it demands rapid deployment to snatch up market share. The exact second the funding model shifted, the core philosophy had to shift right along with it. The pure idealism basically had to compromise with some very aggressive market realities.
Section 4. The race for dominance. Tech giants go to war.
So now, we're looking at a super stark clash of ideologies. We've got the original mission of safety completely clashing with the current reality of fighting for absolute dominance. The early promise of a safe, open, and transparent tool is now completely at odds with the fierce tech wars we're watching unfold today. The shift is dramatic, and honestly, it's a little jarring when you realize the exact same underlying technology is sitting right at the center of both. Look, when safety is your primary goal, you move slowly. You test things, you hesitate, you agonize over every possible failure. But when dominance is the goal, you move fast. You push beta versions out to the public just to capture the user base before your rival does. The big tension here is that AI isn't just another software update. It's a foundational shift. If a highly advanced AI system has a massive flaw, the fallout could be globally disruptive. This relentless drive for market dominance inherently squashes the patience required for rigorous safety.
Let's trace how aggressively this all escalated. Look at year 1. It started with a dream, a pure, helpful vision to protect humanity. But flash forward a few years and the pressure explodes. The tech proved just how immensely capable it was, and the crushing financial weight of all that computing power truly set in. And present day, we've got tech giants in a full-blown fight for dominance, throwing unprecedented mountains of cash and hardware at the wall just to see what sticks. We went from an ideological dream to an uncontrollable, industry-wide power struggle in the blink of an eye. And this timeline, it isn't measured in decades like the Industrial Revolution. It's measured in months. Literally, every single week brings a new model, a new capability, a new integration. This incredibly compressed timeline leaves the rest of society totally scrambling. We're trying to adapt our laws, our schools, and our economies to a technology that completely reinvents itself over and over again, fueled by massive financial momentum.
Which brings us to the final and frankly most important question we absolutely have to ask ourselves today. What happens when the mission becomes bigger than safety? What happens when the intense drive to win the AI race completely overrides that original promise to protect humanity from its risks? It is a profound dilemma sitting right at the heart of this entire technological evolution. We're standing at a massive crossroads here. The very tools we're building are starting to shape us just as much as we shape them. If the pursuit of profit and dominance permanently eclipses the commitment to safety, well, we're walking incredibly fast into a future run by systems we barely understand, let alone control. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really encourage you to keep questioning these rapid, unbelievable changes happening right in front of our eyes. Stay curious, stay sharp, and keep your attention on the digital minds being built in the dark.